Hi, my name is Amber Figueroa, and today my Powtoon is about Cinder, a book written by Marissa Meyer. The story begins with introducing Cinder, a normal teenage girl living in New Beijing. The only difference is that she is a cyborg. Being a cyborg makes her an outcast on Earth, and with being a mechanic, it only makes living harder for Cinder. With her adopted family that hates her, Cinder finds friendship with her good friend Ego. When Prince Kai asks Cinder for help on fixing his android, she feels even more offended and ashamed of her secret. At the time, a plague sweeps over the world, and Cinder becomes more important than she could have ever imagined. With the world in distress, the plague begins to spread and people begin to die at a rapid pace. Yet when the emperor dies, the kingdom went up in chaos. There has been no known survivors to the blue fever, and things get worse when Cinder's stepsister Peony gets sick. Against her will, Cinder is sent to the palace to be tested with blue fever. While being tested, they learn Cinder is immune to the disease. Seeing chaos in New Beijing, the Lunar Queen sees a way of gaining power on Earth over the Beijing kingdom. While Cinder fixes the princess android, she learns that the only person that can save the kingdom is Princess Celine. Yet to everyone's knowledge, Princess Celine is dead. When Cinder returns to the palace to run more tests, the doctor surprised her with interesting news. She was Princess Celine, the great heir and queen to the throne of the moon. Celine was hidden during the war before her parents were brutally murdered and her aunt took over as the Lunar Queen. Cinder then learns about her plans to marry Prince Kai and murder him to take over the kingdom of New Beijing. Prince Kai invites her to the royal ball in celebration of welcoming the Lunar Queen. At the last minute, Cinder decides to go to tell Kai about the Lunar Queen's plans. Cinder then realized she loved him. When she arrived, Queen Levana, aka the Lunar Queen, could tell Cinder was a lunar. While dancing with Kai, Cinder tells him Queen Levana's plan, but Kai confesses he was going to marry Queen Levana for the sake of the people. With the power of mind control, Queen Levana makes Cinder grab a gun and shoot herself. Yet because she is a cyborg, Cinder doesn't die. Levana reveals Cinder's secret and Kai is forced to throw her in jail to postpone her death. While in prison, Cinder is visited by the doctor and given the choice to run away and find the cure of blue fever in Africa, or to stay behind for Kai and await her fate. Personally, I was not a big fan of the book. I love science fiction novels, yet this particular one was not one of my favorites. I have had many experiences with reading science fiction novels such as the Hunger Games trilogy, the Divergent series, and the Maze Runner, and enjoyed all and each and every one of them. Yet Cinder just didn't spark the interest I was looking for. I would not recommend this book to anyone, yet I understand that everyone has different opinions. Cinder is basically a futuristic version of Cinderella, with having her stepfather die and everything else. It did have many things to teach a reader. Throughout the book, Cinder was faced with many challenges, and we learned the value of accepting yourself and understanding that you can't change who you are.
Created using Powtoon.